Hello, Mr. Sargent's Math A classes. Thank you for checking in again. You'll notice my hair is still looking hecka fly. I still got the hair clip in it. Also notice, check out this tie. Hecka springtime tie. Should be great spring weather outside. So make sure you give my tie some likes down in the comments below. You're going to notice that today's assignment is actually one of the most challenging assignments that we see in Math A. We still have a system of equations, but our traditional method of elimination is going to cause a problem for us. 5x plus 2x is 7x, and 6y minus 3y is also 3y, and 58 plus 7 is 65. Notice that we have not eliminated anything. We still have an x and y value, so this has not helped us. What we are going to do is modify one of these equations to give ourselves an elimination. Now I notice that 6 and negative 3 have a common multiple. The least common multiple is actually 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the top equation the way that it is written, and I'm going to write 5x plus 6y equals 58. Now the bottom equation, I want to change this 3 so that it eliminates with this 6. So I'm going to actually multiply this entire equation times 2. 2 times a 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 3y is negative 6y. And 2 times 7 is 14. Now we can use the same elimination method that we used on Monday. 5x plus 4x is 9x. 6y minus y has a sum of 0, and 58 plus 14 has a sum of 72. And now we can isolate x by using inverse operations. If we divide both sides by 9, we end up with x equals 8. Now just like previously, this problem is only finished when we have an x and y answer. So what I'm going to do is use substitution in either equation. I'm just going to choose the top equation. So in place of x, I'm actually going to use 8. So 5 times x plus 6y equals 58. But my substitute for x is equal to 8. Now we isolate y. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 6y equals 58. I'm going to subtract 40 from both sides. When I do this, it leaves me with 6y is equal to 18. The inverse of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 6, and we end up with y equals 3. These are our two answers, and just like on Monday, if you cannot enter both a letter and a number into the Google form, please just answer both of your numbers, and hopefully we can figure it out from there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you another example. It isn't much different than the first example, it's just a second chance to watch this process. Our second example, the first equation is going to say 2x plus 5y is equal to 22. And the second equation is going to say 6x minus 2y is equal to negative 36. The first thing that I'm going to do is look for values that have a least common multiple. The least common multiple for 5 and negative 2 is actually 10, which I could use if I want to. But over here, the least common multiple between 2 and 6 is actually a 6, so I don't need to change my bottom equation. I can leave the bottom equation the way that it looks. 6x minus 2y equals negative 36. But what I'm going to do now is multiply the entire top equation times negative 3. So let's distribute this negative 3. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times 5y is negative 15y. And negative 3 times 22 is negative 22. Now I'm ready to use elimination. Negative 6x plus 6x has a sum of 0. Negative 15y minus 2y is negative 17y. Negative 22 minus 36. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'd like to point out a mistake. Negative 3 times 22 is not negative 22. This should have actually been negative 66. Mistakes happen even on the internet. Negative 66 minus 36 is a sum of negative 102. So now we divide both sides by negative 17. And we know that negative divided by negative is a positive. So 102 divided by 17, positive 6. Now I'm going to rewrite either equation, the top or the bottom. I'm going to take the top equation, but I'm going to use a substitute of 6 in place of y. So 2x plus 5y equals 22. My substitute for y is 6. And now we isolate x. 5 times 6 is 30. I'm going to subtract 30 from both sides. When I subtract 30 from both sides, 2x is equal to negative 8. And now if I divide both sides by 2, we end up with x equals negative 4. So here are our two answers. Again, in the Google form, you may only have to enter the values only. The assignment is due on Friday, and there will be another lesson again on Monday. This year at Golden Valley, we had a very strict no phone policy, and I really appreciate the students who followed that policy because I saw something I haven't seen in years. Years past, students would use their phone to hide their personalities behind their phones. This year, because students had their phones put away, I got to see a lot more student personality. Students interacted a lot more, and they were very pleasant and fun to be around, so I've enjoyed those of you who have had such great personalities in class. Can't wait to see you again. In the meantime, tune in on Monday for a new lesson.